Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm making a fall inspired custom wood door hanging sign. So without further ado, let's craft. This wood hanging decor round is by Crafter Square, which I picked up from the crafting section in Dollar Tree. As you can see, I've already added painter's tape to the wood round to prepare for painting. But first, I need to remove the tag and the twine from the wood. My idea is to paint the wood round with two different colors, the navy blue by Folk Art and the cocoa bean by Crafters Collection are both from Hobby Lobby. To prep the wood with painter's tape, I did my best to find the middle by using my desk mat to measure the wood. Then I placed the tape down, lining up the top of the tape to the 6-inch line. However, if you plan to make your own sign, be sure to take measurements of your wood round. It's time to apply the first coat of navy, but it takes some time, so I'm going to speed this up. I start out by squeezing paint onto the parchment paper, which isn't nearly enough to complete the top half of this wood round. And in case you didn't know, this sponge brush you can find at Dollar Tree or at any craft store. You can buy them individually, and some places actually sell multiple sizes in one pack. Okay, the first coat is done. Once it dried, I applied a second coat, which I did off camera. So the next step is to paint the bottom half with the cocoa bean. So let's go do that. The navy is completely dry, and as you can see, I have a new piece of painter's tape applied to the wood round. I would suggest giving the paint as much time to dry as possible because this new piece of painter's tape is applied on top of the paint. I took my time applying the tape to make sure it was perfectly lined up with the edge of the navy blue. Once the paint was on the parchment paper, I applied the same method of painting to the bottom half as I did the top. As I did the first time, I let this dry, then applied a second coat. Here's another tip. Remove your painter's tape when it looks a little more than halfway dry. It will be an easy removal and leave a sharp edge. So it's actually the next day. I let it dry overnight to make sure it would be ready for all the decorations. As you can see, the line between the two colors is precise. So my next step is to weed the vinyl. By now, I'm sure you already saw it says thankful, which I am every single day. I grab my paper transfer tape because I knew it would be the best option to transfer the vinyl onto the painted wood round. I didn't want to take the risk of using regular transfer tape and have the paint come off. I mentioned when using paper transfer tape before that it isn't as easy as using regular transfer tape because it's a little harder to see through, but I always find it beneficial when transferring vinyl to paper and painted blanks. The plan was to put the word thankful in the middle of the wood round, right where the navy and brown meet. So after adjusting this a million times, I finally committed and burnished the vinyl down. Although I was using the paper transfer tape that has very low tack, I still took my time while removing the transfer tape, and it transferred beautifully. Here's the bow I previously made off camera by using this brown gingham wired ribbon I purchased from Michaels. I also picked up these floral picks from Hobby Lobby. Before hot gluing anything to the wood round, I played with them to figure out where I wanted all the pieces to go. I liked the placement ideas I came up with, so I decided to go ahead and secure everything to the wood round. This is when I began to second guess where I placed the word thankful. I knew I was going to cut the tails of the bow, but it looked like no matter how short I cut them, it wasn't the best placement for the word. So I took a chance and removed thankful before applying the floral picks. Once I saw I was able to remove it without any damage to the paint, I decided to apply the picks, then recut and apply the word. Now I can apply thankful again, and it's almost like deja vu because I'm reading this word for a second time in this video. But what I did differently when I went back in Design Space this time around, I made the word a little wider and increased the height. I promise I won't make you watch me weed and apply this all over again, so let's skip to the good part. There it is. Now that's more like it. I love how this turned out. All I need to do now is put the twine back at the top so it can be hung. My door sign is ready to be displayed. Thank you all for hanging out with me today as I got my door sign together. I hope it inspired you to make one as well. If you're looking for any of the items I used in this video, you can look down below in the description box. And I hope before you go that you will like, comment, share, and subscribe. And turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another video of mine. And if you haven't already, check out this video right here with 3 fall Cricut projects. Until next time, later guys.